everybody, welcome back to Fishing with Fernando. Excuse me. It's Sunday morning. I'm at the South Causeway in New Smyrna Beach, the South Causeway Pier, and as you can tell, it's just an absolutely lovely morning. It's about 8:30. I got out a little late because I was getting on my Harley Davidson to come out here and it wouldn't start. So I was already dressed and everything, leather vest, jeans, you know how you dress for a Harley. And I'll tell you why I was going to come out here in the Harley is because I bought a telescoping collapsible fishing pole, and I want to use it this time of year because it's nice and cool to come out here with the Harley and a couple lures and fish, and I'll show you what it is. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, it's 17 inches long. It's made by Plussino. I'm going to show you once I retract it, but look how small it is right now. I don't know if the sun is bothering it, but yeah, there you go. That's a better view. There it is right there. It's 17 inches long. It has a 3,000 reel on it. It came with it. I actually bought it. I'm not promoting it. I really don't know much about it, but I bought it on Amazon. It was on sale. I think it was 60 and change, and I got it for 34 out the door. So it was 32 and change plus tax. And then this was going to go on my Harley bag, and that's why I bought it. But I'll get the Harley fixed. I don't think it's the battery though. She's cranking pretty good, but I'll get it fixed. I'll fix it myself. And then here's what I bought is just some lures here. A little pair of scissors. I got some hooks in here. Some jigs. And I've just got some simple lures, you know. And this is it. I pack it up in my Harley. And it fits perfectly in the bag. I put a pair of sneakers in there because I do wear boots on the Harley and safety gear. And then I have a cold bag here. I just got a couple waters in there and oranges and snacks that I keep in there. And that will go in the Harley too. So if you guys are thinking about doing that, this is the way to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this pole up for you guys and see what it looks like, and we'll see what happens. Just another quick tip here. What I did was I went ahead and rigged it already with line. You probably can't see it, but you can see the end there. And I did it because it's a lot easier when those eyelids are together to get that 10-pound test through there. So I did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and retract it now and see. All right guys, so I retracted the pole and retracted. The advertisement said it was 6.89 feet, and that's about what it is. It's just short of 7 feet, which is good. It's a little stiff, not a bad thing. I see right here that I lined this. I missed the I'm gonna have to cut that. It's not on there right and reline it through there, but that's okay. And what I have here basically is I just have probably like a 1/4 ounce jig or a 3/8 ounce and a nice little grub tail on it that we're gonna go ahead and start with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up. And also I wanted to show you what I did was I had this little bag, this little side bag, whatever they call them. We used to call them ditty bags in the Navy. And all I do here basically is put that in there, and then I put the little hardware in there and the scissors. Bought a little pair of scissors here. I bought for a few bucks, you guys know where. And then that's it. So I carry this like this and my fishing pole, and that's it. It's pretty much gonna be hands-free. So let's get started. Oh, before I forget, also the reason I bought is not only to get on my Harley Davidson on a cool morning and ride out here, because in the summer it's way too hot, is because there's a seawall right along there where the pier is. It's over there, not sure if you can see it, but there's a seawall. There's one here, but there's not much current right now, and there usually isn't because the center of the river is over there. But I'm gonna go ahead and fish back there along the seawall, but I think I'm gonna start right here. The tide's pretty high, and I'm going to start jigging over here. We just got to be careful. There's a lot of rocks, so we'll see what happens here. Hey guys, so I drove out here my little hoopty. It's a 1998 BMW 328i. A friend and I, we painted it in his garage, believe it or not. I had taken it somewhat apart, and I did a partial restoration on it. But it still moves pretty good. It's got about 170,000 miles on it, and it's definitely a go-getter. You know, she'll do 135, 140, but I would not go that fast, you know. But I did it on a track about 20 years ago when I was much younger. I've had the car forever, and that's why I had to paint it. It got so faded and blue and it started peeling, and I went ahead and it looked really, yeah, I mean, for all original it wasn't bad. But anyway, this is about fishing, not about my car, but I figured maybe you guys wanted to see it. All right, so there's the name brand, Plussino. It's a 3000 reel. I've got 10 pounds of test. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 10 pounds, so there's 160 yards on there. You could put up to 12-pound test on it, which I thought was great. The pole, you know, it seems a little heavy, but you know, it is a retractable telescoping pole, so that's the way they are. They're not going to be perfect. And what's this here? All right, so let's get fishing. Let's get fishing, boys. Okay, that wasn't bad, but I'm starting to feel her. I'm starting to feel how the cast was. It's a little stiff. The bounce isn't bad. I could feel the lure on the end, which is great. So this is what I'm doing. And it's a Sunday morning. I would love to bring my dog out here, but she's just still too active. She's 8 years old, man, but she's a firecracker, I'll tell you that. She's a pisser, man. You would love that dog. Oh, I felt like I almost had a hit there. Might have been a rock. Yeah. All right, let's try another cast and see. Oh, that was nice and fluid. Okay, that wasn't even any effort there. If any of you guys come fishing out here and know any good spots and you want to share them with the audience, go ahead and put it in the comments. You know, there's snook all in here too, you know that, and flounder and everything. Maybe I should put my Weedless hook on here. You know, I gotta fix that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Weedless here. I didn't fix my pole tip either. I'm gonna take care of that right now. All right, guys, I'll be back with you guys. All right, guys, I got a Weedless hook here since it's shallow over here. And here's what it looks like. And the way you do this is you take this little end and you find the little center here and you stick it in. And then you want to twist it in there. Just like I'm doing here. Ouch. Boy, that's a sharp hook, man. That's good news, right? Sharp hooks hook fish. It's kind of tricky, it really is. Let's put it in there. Just not room to work with, but here it goes, I'm getting it. Okay, so it's screwed in there, right? Then on the bottom here, there's a pocket. See the pocket there? See, there's a pocket. It opens up. That's where you want that hook out a little bit, and then back in like this. And now it's weedless, see? No hook sticking out, but when he hits there, if he grabs it, 'cause I'm going for big fish, that's gonna pop right through. Matter of fact, it's just slightly popping through now. See it there? See? And that's the way I'm gonna leave it and put it on, and we're gonna try. All right, so I just threw it out. Hopefully I won't snag any rocks. This pole isn't bad, really. It's a little heavy, but it's good because it, you know, it's not a little telescoping retractable. I said retractable when I was pulling it out earlier. I think I used the, yeah, it is. There we go. Not a bad cast either. Gets me out as far as I want right there. And I'm gonna lock the car up and we're gonna take a walk. Oh, what's that? That was a rock. Water's very still over here. Doesn't look natural in the water. Let me see what's up here. No, I got it right. Cast pretty good. And you know, there's 3,000 in this pole that's almost 7 feet. It'll handle a big fish, I'll tell you that. That's what I'm fishing for, big fish. And hopefully I'll get my Harley resolved, and then I come out here on my Harley with this fishing pole, my little kit here in my bag. Fish for a couple of hours, and then I can go home and eat a meal, wait an hour, and then go cycling. Do some long distance cycling in the afternoon. I want to take the Sea Pro out, but it's been, you know, I don't like going out in the inlet unless it's got to be 2 to 3, but it's been 3, 4, or 5 feet, so. But in here it's nice. It's just been rough. Even though the wind's not that bad out there today, there's still 3 feet, and you know, it's rocking around the clock. You know, you're rocking and rolling out there in those seas. So anyway, let me go ahead and grab some water, and we're gonna walk over to that seawall over there. I'm gonna work that seawall coming back, and then we'll end here and we'll work this. The tide's not moving, so sometimes when the tide is still, the fish are still too. But they'll hit any tide. I've heard incoming tide is better, outgoing tide. But when's a good time to fish? Anytime. I mean, if you come out here with the expectation that you're gonna catch fish every time you come out here, you're living a dream. Even those pros on TV, you see them catching these fish all the time. And a lot of them do, they're really skilled, there's no doubt about that. But believe me, they have their down days too. But a lot of them, man, fish ain't biting until they show up, you know what I mean? These guys, some of these guys are good. I used to go fishing with a buddy named Dennis. He moved out of state, became a firefighter, but that guy will catch a fish in a damn puddle of water, man. He's amazing. All right, so we'll see what happens over here. Let's jig over here before we go to the seawall a few times. Let me just toss it out. I've caught some big mullet right here too on the cast net. Oh, sorry about that. Across this guy's line. I didn't see it out there. Hold on, I'll get it off. Hold on, hold on. There you go. So, usually you throw your line straight out that way when you're fishing there, but not everybody gets the memos, you know? Not that I want to take his spot, but if he wants to fish straight out, he should come over here. He shouldn't throw out here where people, this is where the pier is for us to throw straight out that way. I'll see which way he's gonna throw. I'll just move. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like that on my boat too. I just see people coming, I get the hell out of their way, whether or not I have the right of way. I don't go out there to fight like a lot of people do. I go out there to fish, have a good time, and live, you know. Hope I'm not getting this guy's way. That was a good cast. We'll keep trying, guys. I'm just gonna move over and get out of his way. This Weedless hook, Weedless hook has a little 1/4 round sinker on it, so I can't reel in too fast. Just gotta get jiggy with it. Let it jig around. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop right down here, right along the seawall. I got that weedless hook. Hopefully nothing will get caught on a rock. And we just walk down nice and slow. But we're jigging it. Keeping it really close to the bottom. Felt like a hit. Felt like one of those pinfish, you know, when they take the tail off. I wonder if he took the tail off. Nope. There's a lot of so we're just gonna go ahead and jig it. Now this pole here that I told you I bought for 35 bucks with tax. Plussino, 35 bucks. This reel and this pole for me. If it holds up for a couple of years, and it's worth it. I mean, the regular price was like 65 with tax. It was 50% off actually. So I couldn't pass it up. I've been looking for a while to get a telescoping pole. Make sure it stays on the bottom. So you don't even want to reel, you just want to walk and jig it slowly to give it a chance to float back down. Kind of want to give it a natural look. I'm gonna go change my shirt because I have a black tight shirt on, and the heat, the sun's already boiling it, so I've got a fishing shirt in the car. I'm gonna go change, and then I'm gonna walk all the way down to the end and around and all the way back here, and we'll see what happens. I might change my setup along the way, but right now, so I just walk forward and jig it, then let it settle back down, jig it, let it settle back down. This is where I lost a big mangrove last month. I got him right up to the surface, and it's the same jig that I caught him on. The thing with that was that he never inhaled it. He was never hooked. He just had it in his mouth, and I didn't realize until I watched the video. I was like, I should have just slacked the line and let it go, and he would have went ahead and inhaled it. He just had it in his mouth, and he wouldn't let it go. He just wouldn't inhale it. Finally, when I pulled hard enough, thinking that he was hooked, he released it. All right, I'm gonna go change my shirt because we're gonna take a longer walk. This is a lovely morning, beautiful blue sky. There's the pier over here, which is south is that way. I'm gonna walk north. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk through this park here, and I'm going to fish that seawall just opposite, just across from those condominiums there, and work my way back. Now, I was out on my aluminum boat, my little hoopty I call her, like the little car, And it took me about 15 minutes to get to my spot, and I had about 1.5 gallons of water in my boat. So you see all the fish I caught, they were all on shorts, because that day I left my GoPro on the counter, so I couldn't film, but I did a lot of shorts. I caught mangrove, sheep's head, Maharas, sand perch, Maharas. One of my viewers corrected me. I said it was a shad, but it wasn't. They're delicious fried. Well, I kept 2 of them, so that's what I'm having tonight. They've been in the fridge now. This is the 2nd day, so it's time to cook them. And I had to bail the boat every 15-20 minutes. I had to bail about 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons. I was gonna turn around. I was like, I don't want to turn around. Oh, I got an idea. I just cut a water bottle open and bailed her out, made it back. So long story short, I went to the last night I filled the boat up, jacked it up the front, filled the back up with water, thinking, well, maybe it's coming from one of those boats. Even though I resealed those last year, I thought I did a good job, and I did, because they weren't leaking. So I dropped the boat, the front of the boat down, so I didn't have to fill it up anymore, and let that water flow forward. And sure enough, I found the leak. It's forward. So when I get home this afternoon, I got a lot to do. I want to cycle, but when I could do it tomorrow. I've got some JP welds. I'll go ahead and show you how I fixed that. I'll go ahead and record that. So here we are at the end here of the park, and then there's the condos. The New Smyrna Beach is just east, right on the other side over there. And then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna fish, and then we're gonna fish this wall back here and see what happens. Good morning. And we'll see what happens here. You gotta watch when you guys come here. If you come here, there's a lot of little holes going on everywhere. Some of them are big, so keep an eye where you step so you don't end up in the drink. So we'll go over here. We'll see what happens. Let's start at the end here. I'll yield to the bird, because he lives here. I don't. Check him out. Beautiful bird. It's taking flight, guys. Yep. See right here, you can see there's a ruts along here. So let's see. I learned this spot from 386 Outdoors. Check him out, man. He hunts, he fishes. Guy does everything, man. Great fisherman. I admire the guy. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and cast straight out here and bring it back. You might think there ain't no fish in there. Well, you just never know where the fish are. Sometimes I see a high tide. I call it the pushback method. They'll push back off this wall at high tide. They come in here at high tide and feed off the barnacles that weren't exposed during low tide, and that sort of thing. You know what? I'm gonna walk it back. Here's another rut, guys. That's what I'm talking about right here. Here's a big one here. So we'll start over here, and we're gonna walk it back. We'll see what happens here. Wow, you know what? It's only about 4 feet here. I actually see the bottom. Wow, this is pretty cool. Never know where the fish are hiding, man. They might be right up against that wall. They see that. And it gives me a chance to look at my shrimp. Yeah, it's natural. Absolutely. Oh yeah, nice and natural. And wiggles up and down, not sideways motion. That looks good like that. Let me let it down. So we're gonna walk all the way down around here, and then we're gonna go back all the way back. If we don't catch nothing, then we're out of here. We're gonna head back, and I'll make sure I post this. I hope you guys got some tips. Oh wow, look at this. If I have my cast net, dude, and do that, there's all kinds of shad right here. The bait fish, Mulholland, I think they call them. Holy shoot. See, they push back a high tide. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of little, oh yeah, there's all kinds of bait fish down here, guys. Look at that, they're all pushing back off. Well, this is a good spot to get bait. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I see some bait blow up down here. Let's see what that's about. So I'm walking down, even though it's closed. Well, there's a gate there. It's not. I'm walking down here. I don't care if you're closed or not. I'm just gonna go ahead and jig it right where I seen the bait explode. Whew. This mouth here is a good spot too, because the bait fish run up and down here trying to get away from the predators. Alright guys, I'm removing shrimp, the weedless hook, and for the hell of it, I'm going to try one of these jigs here, popper jig. This is more like a pompano jig, but flounder, snook, anything will just about hit it, so let's see what happens. Alright guys, I got a shad tail here. Do something creative here. We are going to put this shad tail on the end of here. I'm going to hook it better than that though. I came a little too far. So what we want to do is get in there, come out, twist it right there. That's it right there. See? Try it. You never know. It's creative. Gives it a tail. We'll see. Let's go back over here to the end. Throw it out. We'll see what happens. I did see, I don't know what it was, but it was about 2.5 feet long, 2 feet long, maybe a little bigger. As I came up over here, there's a rock right there, and I seen him swim slowly away as I walked up, and there he was surrounded. All right guys, nothing so far, so I'm putting this weedless hook on here with a paddle tail. It's leprechaun green. So hopefully we'll catch a leprechaun. We'll get some good Irish luck going on. Luck of the Irish. So we'll see. I got to reattach this. Well, there's quite a few fishermen out here, as you can see. However, I haven't seen anybody catch anything, which is not good. When I saw that 2.5 fish, I think maybe it was a red drum, whatever, surrounded by bait fish and just swimming off slowly. It didn't seem like they were real hungry. But you know the best time to fish, right? Anytime. They say when the moon rises, it's a good time to fish. I find that to be true. So I did go one day at about noon. The moon was rising at like 11:40. And I did well that day. I got the video on here. I did well that day. I caught a red drum, black drum, sheep's head, all kinds of stuff. It's go back to the end here. If I don't catch anything, I'm gonna head out. I want to get that aluminum bolt fixed, and if possible, I really want to take a ride on my road bike. I'll probably get lazy. I won't do it. I'll fix the boat and I'll probably leave the road bike home. I could do that tomorrow morning, but well, guys, just remember, I hope you guys, that this Plussino is a good deal for the money, so I definitely recommend it. I haven't had the pole collapse at all. Nothing came down. It's a little heavy for a reason, you know, but it's not compared to my other poles. It's a little heavy, but not critical, not to the point that I wouldn't buy it. All right, we're back here. We're gonna try some cash and then we're out of here. Nice. You see it cast really nice too. Can't beat the reel too for 35. Figure 15 each. Not a jerk bait. This is a paddle tail, so I'm gonna reel it in. It's on a weedless hook, so I'm not worried about getting tangled. Oh yeah, the paddle looks nice. The paddle looks good. Good action. I don't know if you can see it. Good natural action. See what made it weedless? See, that hook is in there. Now when he bites, it'll come right down. But you got to put that little spring in there and then do it like that. So anyway, we'll see, guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna try one more lure. This different speckled shrimp. Go ahead and use a weedless. Twist the shrimp on. See how I'm turning it? Make sure it's straight. Okay. Then you want to come down through here and just come up right in the center, right there. Right there. Like that. See that? See on this one the hook is sticking out a little bit. If it isn't, don't worry. If they hit this, this gives real quick. This plastic is very, very wiggly and very soft. So we'll see what happens. And then again, if you guys are interested in this rod on a 1 to 5 right now, I give it a solid 4. It's a Plussino 210. 30 to 60 grams of ounce. That's an ounce, just around an ounce to 2 ounces. So you can go from 1 ounce to an ounce, and what I have on here is about a 1/4 ounce, and it's working great. And then it comes with the 3000 reel right there. So remember, I got it for 35, so don't pay no more than that. If you don't see it on sale, it's back up to 60, and you want it, send the manufacturer an email and say, hey, my buddy got it for this, can you do this one time for me? And I bet you they'll probably do it. So here we go. Well, I'm surprised how nice it cast that 1/4 ounce too. The whole thing is feeling it on the tip. Once you feel the jig, then you could jig it just like I'm doing here. I'm using weedless because of there's some mangroves there that might be sticking up under the water. Yeah, they are actually. There's some right here. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and thank everybody for watching. I gotta head back. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Thanks so much. Be well. Bye-bye.